evening. Professor Top said after our first presentation that he's worried about his grandchildren. Well, I'm worried about my children too. I'll start this presentation by bringing an example from the world we live at. Then I'll try to take the presentation toward a different direction. 2014, this year, more than 2,000 people died in Gaza and Palestine. What hurt the most is 81% of the dead people were civilians. Only 16% were resistant, who were allegedly the target of the attacks. More than 500 children died. Here's Gaza before and after. 100,000 people became homeless, 17,000 houses destroyed, about 40,000 houses have been damaged. Here's Gaza and Israel. They have two borders with their attacker Israel and Egypt, which has a lot of conflict these days. So the borders with Egypt was closed. In other words, people there didn't have any option, just wait and die. The picture also shows the map transformation of Palestine through history. Most of the Palestinian immigrants left Palestine after 46 or after 67. Their family left, and they became all over the world. The picture here shows this guy lost his 4 children while they were playing on the beach. A bomb exploded. I brought this picture because the guy who captured that photo was suspended from Gaza. He worked for NBC Network. Which brings us to this next dimension in my presentation, is that media affect our perception, our behavior, and our actions. Basically, peace in its true meaning is in conflict with one of politicians' main concept, divide and conquer. But I want to take this presentation toward a different direction. This is just an example which I will conclude with a quote from a book that I'm reading by Paulo Coelho. It's called, I don't know what happened. It says, we all are one soul that need growing and developing so this world could continue. The picture shows Jewish people protested against the attacks from all over the world, from the United States, United Kingdom, and from inside Israel. Instead of crying on spilled milk, I'll try to persuade you to a different thing. Is that if we receive what we receive differently, we could have better world. I will examine in the next couple of slides that I will create quite a peaceful environment in this class from the countries who are suffering from those attacks. So we could understand what is the difference between peace and other things. The photo shows Imam Musa and Mother Maria from Italy. Their message in life is to spread peace. They believe that peace make us grow, brings love and forgiveness. The picture shows a girl. She is apparently poor. She's wearing men's training suit, and she's playing her music. Even their family cannot buy her new clothes, but she could still find peace by playing that instrument. The guy asked someone to capture a photo for him and his wife. He couldn't miss a moment looking at his wife's face while taking the picture instead of looking at the camera. Children in the morning usually go to schools, but there are a lot of children in the third world country cannot afford to go to school. The girl here goes every morning to the station to teach street children how to read and write. Egypt passed through 2 bloody revolutions the past 2 years. But these men didn't lose the sense of humor. They captured a selfie photo with the camera laughing. This is called basbousa, speaking of Egypt, invented by Egyptians. I made some to share with you. I'll pass it in a minute. My message here is what I try to transfer to you is that if we got busy with those meanings, with those beautiful meanings, instead of fighting our differences and what let the media affect our perception, our actions, we could have a better world. We don't live in a peaceful world, but only those meanings could affect our perceptions. I conclude with poetry by Nizar Kapani. It says, if death had a son, it could have understand what children's death means. If death had a brain, we could have asked how to explain the death of nightingales and jasmine. If death had a heart, it would have hesitated in killing our kind sons. Thank you.
Thank you, Atif. The picture with the camel is gold. The absolute gold.
Robert, are you ready to go?